Alright Guardians, this is our weekly solo player's guide to the Nightfall. This is our Warlock variant. If you need a Hunter or a Titan guide, look in the description box down below. Those are already ready. Without further ado, let's go ahead and go over our setup. We start off with this right here. Eye of Another World highlights priority targets and improves the regeneration speed of your grenade, melee, and rift abilities. So you'll just be getting more of that stuff more often, which is always fantastic. Better Devils is great. Banana SR4 is pretty much my go-to. And then I will say you want to bring along some sort of auto rifle for the boss fight. And then we're going to use Telesto for most of it. And then once we get to just before the boss fight, we're going to switch over to Wardcliff Coil. Actually, after you kill the two wizards at the very end, we'll talk about it when we get there. Switch over to Wardcliff Coil before you pick up their ammo. That way you have plenty of curtain call rockets, because you want 5 to do the final boss damage at the end. And then, of course, we're rocking Attunement of Hunger. I start off with Vortex Grenade and Healing Rift. We switch that over at the last second as well. And then we switch over to Scatter Grenades because that's the only grenade that does any damage to the boss. So without further ado, let's hit this guide. Alright, once you start off, go ahead and just kill these 2 elite acolytes really quick. Pick up the orb if you're using Masterworks. Grab the ammo, and then we'll move on to the next room. In that room, there's going to be an elite wizard, and then some acolytes, maybe like 6-ish. Go ahead and kill all of them, and then unlock the door. Once you unlock the door, go ahead and run back towards the room that we just left. That's going to be our safety spot. You don't even have to go back into that room. You can literally just stand next to that wall. Once enemies start spawning in again, there's going to be 1 elite wizard and a bunch of thralls. Go ahead and kill all the thralls first, and then deal with the wizard. That's really the easiest way to do it. And then once you kill the wizard, run all the way back to the safety zone, safety spot. If you even left it, sometimes you don't have to leave it. Or if you're even using that spot, you can also go onto the opposite end of the pool and just kind of shoot them from across the way, that way too. But in this second wave of enemies, there's going to be 2 elite knights and a bunch of exploder thralls, cursed thralls, as well as acolytes. So just like before, go ahead and kill all the acolytes. Go ahead and kill all of the wow, I'm blanking. Exploder thralls, cursed thralls, whatever you want to call them, and then deal with the knights. And then once you're done with that, go ahead and run back to the door you just unlocked. Once that first door opens, there's going to be 5 thralls. Go ahead and kill them, and then there's going to be another 5 thralls. I think it's in the second group of thralls that there's the elite. It's just a thrall, so there's nothing to stress out over, but it is probably worth mentioning. And then once you get to that second door, inside that next room, there's going to be an elite ogre and 2 normal knights. I like to pop my super on that ogre. It'll do a pretty decent amount of damage. It's like half health, I think, something like that. So go ahead and do that. There's going to be some thralls. Go ahead and take care of them. I like to throw a grenade at them, especially the vortex grenade. They just kind of run straight through it and die. So you don't really have to worry about them at all. And then just Telesto down the ogre, if that's what you're using. And then just worry about the knights. And then we'll move on into the next section. Alright, once you get here, there's going to be a total of 4 elite acolytes. One telesto shot will take out them each. That one dude I think disappears. I don't think I even get points for killing him. But, you know, whatever. But go ahead and just kill them. And then in the next area, there is going to be 1 elite wizard who's on standby. Don't do damage to her, she won't wake up, kind of thing. And then like 10 or so acolytes. Go ahead and take care of as many acolytes as you can before you hit the wizard. And then once she wakes up, if you're using Telesto, just knock her down to size. I think it takes like 3 Telesto shots in 1 hand cannon shot if you land the majority of your Telesto projectile shots. And then once the wizard is dead, go ahead and grab her orb. Once you grab the orb, an elite knight and I think it's 3 acolytes will spawn in front of the shrieker. Just be careful of that shrieker. And then, you know, just get rid of all those. And then once you're ready to dunk the orb, what you want to do is stand right in front of those things that the enemies are kind of hiding behind. That way, and just wait for full health. That way, you're not super stressed out about getting the dunk in. I will say though, if you do die, as long as you get that dunk animation finished, you should get the checkpoint. So, that being said, once you do that, you're gonna go ahead, you know, jump down the thing, scan the relic, hive relic rune thing, and then once you do that, you're gonna go into the first of 2 crystal rooms, which is gonna have like 5 or so acolytes and 1 elite knight. Go ahead and take care of all of them. Then go ahead and take care of all of the crystals. And then we'll move on into the next room. Alright, in this room there's going to be 1 ogre, or this first half, and then 1 elite knight, and I think a total of 2, maybe 3 normal knights, and then some acolytes. What you just saw me do was waste my super. I would suggest using your super against those enemies that I just telestoed, because as you can see, I did jack to that ogre. So either don't miss the majority of your super, or just use it on the enemies in the middle, and that way you don't have to worry about them shooting at you now. But once you go ahead and kill all of them, I will move on to the second section of this room, where there's going to be another elite ogre, 2 elite wizards, 2 normal knights, and like a handful of acolytes. I would suggest staying more in this section and then shooting outward. You can also get pretty close to that second ogre to use a super. I think I got him down to about half health, which was pretty decent. And then pretty much just take care of the wizards and the acolytes, and then you can kind of just focus wholeheartedly on the ogre. Once you kill all those dudes, you're going to move into a second crystal room, which will have 5 elite acolytes. Again, if you're using Telesto, this will take him out really damn quick. So if you're using that, awesome. If not, you know, take him down however you want, however you will. And then we'll move into the next room. Once you reach this section, go ahead and just whittle down these enemies. There's going to be a total of 4 knights, one of which is elite. 2 are around the corner, so you don't have to worry about them immediately. And then some acolytes. If you have your super, hold on to it, because around the corner there's also going to be some more acolytes and 2 wizards. You can take all of those out in one really good Nova Bomb. So that's what I do. Luckily, I get very lucky. Normally, I'm not that great with Nova Bombs. If you've watched my past videos, you already know. But go ahead and kill all of them. Once you get close enough to where the wizards are, a spawn of, let's say, 6 or 7 thralls will come in. I think 2 of which are elites. So, you know, just kill them. Like they're just thralls. And then grab the orb. Once you grab the orb, there's going to be a spawn of 1 elite knight. I think it's like 4 elite exploder thralls, cursed thralls, and a bunch of regular thralls. You can just take them up or take them out as they run up the stairs. And then once you kill all of them, and if you still have the orb with you, in that very next room there's going to be, I think there's like 6, maybe 7 acolytes and 1 more elite knight. Go ahead and take all of them out. I like to just kind of just peek into that room and then shoot in. There's also an explosive little tank thing in there that you can take out the majority of those acolytes with. Really helps a lot. And then if you're still carrying the orb into the next room, there's going to be a total of 3 ogres, all just normal, nothing too bad. It takes like 3 Telesto shots. And then a bunch of acolytes. Make sure you kill everything. Sometimes a couple acolytes, like I think it's actually in this run that I get a couple acolytes in the back shrieker room that like they just hide down in there. So you'll see me jump back and forth looking for it. You definitely want those killed, because if you try to slam the thing and you die before you finish that slam animation, you're gonna have to start this section all the way over from the crystal room, and it sucks. But if you die and you complete that animation, you'll get the next checkpoint with the 2 elite wizards, and that's where you want to switch over from Telesto to Wardcliff Coil. That way you have a total of 6 curtain call rockets. If that's the way you want to go, that's the way I would highly suggest you go. It makes the boss fight a lot easier. But anyways, once you slam, we'll just go ahead and move on, because you'll be in the exploder thralls. You'll be going against them, and then you'll be in the boss fight. So we'll just go ahead and speed this all the way through to the boss fight. Alrighty, I like to just stand right here, shoot the crystal, pop your super. Hopefully you can get a direct hit. Surprised I did, to be honest. I'm wondering if Slova Bomb, the top attunement, would actually be better for damage, but you want to stay on the Hunger of Attunement for the Devour. And then of course switch over to Scatter Grenades so you can actually do damage to the boss. As you can see, that Nova Bomb did not all that much. But once you get a certain amount of damage, as you can see, Thralls are going to spawn in. And then once you do some more damage to her, I'm assuming Savathun is a her. Pretty sure that's how it goes. But go ahead and just she'll teleport over to the right. Where she's standing is what we're going to call the safe area. So just know, if I say safe area, that now means where Savathun is currently floating. Go ahead and kill all these acolytes, and then there's a little safe spot you can see right just to the right of where I'm shooting, and that's where we're going to stand to deal any kind of damage to Savathun's Shrieker. As you can see, just like so, you can just peek through and do damage to her, and she can't hit you, but you can hit her. Very nice. And then once you do enough damage, she'll clam back up, and you'll get a wave of 2 knights and a bunch of acolytes, one of which is an elite. Go ahead and kill all the acolytes first. Do not even touch the knights, because once you kill the 2 knights, she will open back up, and you'll have to worry about any enemy left alive, on top of her shooting at you, on top of her spawning in thralls. So it's just a lot easier to get rid of everything now while nothing is shooting at you. That grenade toss made me miss Nothing Manacles from Destiny 1 so bad. But you can kill 1 knight, and the one on the right is the one I would kill, just because it seems to have the most range, or whatever, gives me the most problems. But once you kill everything, go ahead and get as close as possible to Savathun. There's a little like shelf subwoofer thing that's laying down on its side. What you'll see me do is get on my knees and Wardcliff Coil her as soon as she opens. Don't think it does a whole lot of damage, but you only need 2 Wardcliff Coil rockets to get your full 6, which is why I shoot that 1 rocket. But once that happens, she'll shoot like 1 blast of her energy, and then she'll teleport right back to where we are, to where she starts. Once that happens, you're going to stand behind that subwoofer that she's currently floating over. Go ahead and just stand close to that. Start doing damage to her. You know, throw your super, whatever you got. And then she's going to spawn in some thralls again. I think it's 5 groups. It's 4 or 5 groups of 2 thralls. They'll attack you in 2s. But go ahead and do that, and then she will teleport to the far back of the area, the far left. And then a bunch of acolytes will spawn in. Just keep doing damage to her until she closes up. And once she closes up, some more acolytes will spawn in, and you will also get 3 ogres. 2 will spawn in first. And then once you kill one of them, the 3rd one will take its place. Again, just like the knights a little bit ago, kill all the acolytes first. When I say all, I do mean all. And then, as you can see, Devour working amazingly. And this is also a great time to switch over to Nameless Midnight and your auto rifle of choice. or you know, Banana Man and like Scathe Lock or whatever auto rifle you want to use. Just as long as you have a scout and an auto rifle for the next wave. There we go. And so just do all of that, and then once you kill the third ogre, come running back here, or you can kill the third ogre from here. You'll see me stand on top of the subwoofer and then back down. Once you do that, she's gonna start shooting those orbs, like on top of the energy she's shooting at us right now, and that's what you want your auto rifle for. It's a whole lot easier to shoot those things down with an auto rifle than anything else. It's a lot faster in my opinion. That's what you see me doing here. I am switching over some stuff, or trying to, but once you do that, hopefully you'll have another super by then. If not, I would suggest putting down a healing rift as well as popping a devour. That way, so when the thralls come to attack you and you don't exactly have time to kill all the orbs, I think it takes like 4 of them to kill you. So a healing rift is very beneficial. And then once you get that done and she closes back up and she teleports to the right, you're going to go all the way back to where we were first doing damage to her at the beginning of this fight. There is going to be an elite wizard. You don't see me do it because I'm 1 rocket short for some reason. I forget why. I think I might shoot it at her for some reason. Trying to get her out of the way, I guess. I don't know. But if you have all 6, go ahead and shoot the wizard with your curtain call, especially if it's a void one. If you got void, go ahead and throw it on there. It'll kill her in 1 shot, and then you can run up, grab the orb, go running all the way back, and hopefully you have like a void scout rifle you can switch back to. This is why it gets, the switching back and forth gets really, it gets real in this section. But yeah, just go ahead and do that, and then once you get the orb and go all the way back, there's going to be 2 normal wizards. Go ahead and kill both of them, and then you just kind of want to make your way slowly behind cover back to Savathun and the dunk zone thing. What you want to do is, I think it's a total of 7 pops that she'll make while she's shooting. And once you hear that 7th one, it means she's going to take a break. Go ahead and run up to the next section. Again, wait for the 7th one, then go to slam. Before you slam it, make sure you're on Empowering Rift. I don't think it makes a difference about how many rockets you shoot, but you know, it might. Like I said, I don't know. Actually, I don't think it does. But you know, just to be on the safe side, if you're a little short on damage, Empowering Rift works great. And then you should have her done by the time you get through the fifth rocket. See, here's where I messed up. Got really lucky here too. There we go. There's the orbs I was talking about. And then once you get the 5 rockets, you should be good to go. So hopefully this guide helped you out. If it did, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. Look in the description box down below for the other 2 guides. And if you didn't like the video, go watch someone else's video. It won't hurt my feelings whatsoever. And until next time, stay positive, be happy, be healthy, live long and prosper, and have a super awesome, incredible, fantastic, amazing week.
We're back. Eyes up, Guardian.